I'm not your average career coach who you wish was your teacher at school, okay?
I'm not your average girl, hey, not your average girl, hey, I'm not your average girl.
Happy 2022 NYAGs and welcome back. And if you're new to the squad, then welcome to the family, sis. You are in the right place at the right time. So I started out in the TV industry in 2016 with absolutely no prior knowledge of how the industry worked, what the different roles were, what they meant. All the TV jargon completely went over my head. I didn't benefit from the privilege of nepotism, so I had to figure out a lot just by observing, trial and error, and asking lots of questions. One thing that I came to quickly realise is that the TV industry is super competitive, so I had to become intentional about how to stand out from the crowd. So today I also want to encourage you to make intentional plans and have a strategy when it comes to your career. If you want to get ahead, it's imperative that you become disciplined about investing in your own personal and professional development. So here's to leveling all the way up in 2022 NYAGs. Let's go! My life coach, Dr. Bishop Wayne Malcolm, says anyone who is serious about their professional development and progression has a minimum of 5 books in their personal library on the subject or industry they're passionate about. Of course, we're living in the information age where acquiring knowledge is accessible in so many different formats. Whether it's books, YouTube videos, podcasts or newsletters, having the appetite to learn, understand and stay in the loop of what's going on in your industry will always keep you ahead of the game. Even something as simple as understanding the chain of command in your desired industry and who the key gatekeepers are will give you an idea of who to network with. It's not enough to say, I want to be happy in my job and make lots of money. What does that look like? How many hours are you working? What job? In what industry? Where are you located? Are you the boss, industry consultant or employee? What's your ideal salary? What type of contract do you want? Fixed term or permanent? Are you working in an office or remotely? Listen, if you don't have a plan for your career, someone else will quickly make one for you. I always walk into any given role with a minimum of 3 things that I want to achieve. If you ever end up in an organisation that carries out PDRs, performance and development reviews, it's a chance for you and your line manager to discuss you. So make it work for you. Set KPIs, key performance indicators that are measurable, and later on justify your need for a job promotion. These are your receipts. When I worked at BBC Three, one of my goals was to win a minimum of 3 commissions, bearing in mind I'd never pitched to a TV commissioner before. Initially, I started out on a 9-month contract, and during that time, I actually won 3 commissions. Following on from that, I was offered a permanent contract. So as you can see, having a clear career goal helped me to focus and aim. I also like to include my career goals on a vision board, which I do every year. This helps me to know exactly what I'm working towards. One of the reasons why some people end up feeling stuck and frustrated in their careers is because they don't even know why they're there. They have no plan, no goals, and therefore no purpose. But in 2022, I'm manifesting that this will be your breakthrough year of achieving your career goals. During my TV career, I've met a plethora of amazing people who I've been able to reach out to for support along the way, but I've never had an official mentor in TV development. This year, I put on my vision board that I would like an industry mentor, and literally a couple weeks into 2022, I now have one who has a wealth of TV development experience to offer. Whether it's learning what to do, what not to do, or having someone to bounce thoughts off when you're feeling unsure, having a mentor in your industry that has already been there and bought the t-shirt can save you time, tears, and offer a fresh perspective to think about options, opportunities, and pathways that you may have never even considered. You're never gonna know it all, no man is an island, so don't feel like you have to do a journey alone if there's an option to get help and support along the way. Jesus walked on water and even he still had help from 12 disciples.
Deep it.
Sis, in 2022, thou shalt know thy worth. This is a great opportunity and that will do season has finished. Pop it in the bin. You are good at what you do, and the longer a company keeps you around and is willing to invest in you is a sign that they need you more than you need them. It's It is perfectly normal to negotiate your salary. Let me say it again.
It is perfectly normal to negotiate your salary.
Especially as your lifestyle wants and needs change. If the company you work for really see the value in having you, then this appreciation and recognition of the skills that you bring to the table should be reflected in your bank account. I said what I said. Some basics to know before negotiating. Find out what you're worth. How much should someone in your position with your level of experience and in your location be paid? Have a salary range rather than a single figure. What's the maximum and minimum you're willing to accept? Say it with your chest. Practice your delivery so you come across as confident and assertive but not arrogant. Avoid accepting the first offer. It's okay to say, let me get back to you. There's also plenty of career sites like Indeed and Glassdoor who have guides on how to negotiate your salary. You've got this. Like I always say, your network is your net worth. A lot of nepotism takes place in the TV industry. You can be hardworking and you can be talented, but trust me, having key and organic relationships is just as important. Being personable and building a positive reputation that speaks for itself is key. All of my job promotions so far have either come from being recommended or headhunted, and often or not, it's come from people or situations where I'd least expected it to. When I was a runner on my first TV production, I worked with an assistant producer. They didn't give me any particular indication that they were impressed by me or by my work ethic, but then I found out that he recommended me for my first researcher role. Like, I didn't even have to interview for this role. The person hiring said to me, you came highly recommended, so if you want the job, it's yours. I'd also like to add that coming into any new industry can be daunting. As an Afro-British Jamaican, I am the first in my family's entire history to work in corporate TV, a place where hardly anyone looks like you. I didn't go to uni and I had no prior experience of the industry. But fortunately for me, along the way, I connected with a sisterhood called Sister FM, a collective of black women who champion and support each other, both professionally and personally. We send each other job roles, discuss salary negotiations, organise fun socials, attend each other's calendar events from hen do's to birthdays and baby showers, and often offer one another a shoulder and safe space to cry and be vulnerable. These girls walked into my life in 2016 when I was starting out in my TV career, and honestly, I don't know how I would have got through without them. So if you can find yourself a trustworthy network in your industry, trust me, this is priceless. So there you have it. These are 5 ways that you can level up right now this year in your careers, ladies. I know I've spoken a lot about TV, but that's because it's the industry I work in. Of course, these tips are broad enough to apply to anyone in any career. And as a bonus tip, because I love yours, remember to stand out, sell yourself. Think, what is your USP? What do you bring to the table? What are you doing to demonstrate your passion? Show up. That means being on time. Show up at industry events and other opportunities to network. Speak out. Your voice matters. Don't be afraid to go against the grain. Offer alternative solutions to problems, and never be afraid to say no if something simply just doesn't work for your career goals. I'm super excited for you this year, and I hope you achieve everything you set out to and so much more. Also, if you have any tips, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. Stay blessed and keep it not your average.
I'm not your average.